touch of your keypad. Flying a plane. I want my Intellivision again. My mother sold mine, Pity.
Computer recording. Commander. Computer. Commander.
Shark, shark. Shark, shark. Shark, shark.
Shark, shark.
Hurry, step right up, get the ammo. Wait in the back, wait for the ammo. Go for the
In 1977, Mattel Toys started an electronics division and released the world's first microprocessor-based handheld games. The same year, Atari released the Atari 2600 video game system. Mattel Electronics started development on its own video game system, Intellivision. Test marketed in 1979, it was officially introduced in 1980. Initially, Mattel stressed that Intellivision was intelligent television, not a toy, but the cornerstone of a home computer system that would be as educational as it was entertaining. However, Mattel quickly discovered that driving the sales of Intellivision were its screen graphics, which were higher resolution than the Atari 2600. Mattel capitalized on this with a blitz of TV and print ads that featured side-by-side comparisons of the Atari and Intellivision systems. Sales of Intellivision skyrocketed. The video game wars had begun. During 1981, Mattel hired programmers as fast as possible to meet the demand for more games. This was a new industry, so enthusiasm and energy were more important than experience. Most of those hired were in their early 20s. For many, designing Intellivision games was their first job. A TV Guide profile of the Intellivision programmers dubbed them the Blue Sky Rangers. So many people were arriving, there was no place to put them. Throughout Mattel's headquarters in Hawthorne, California, pockets of Intellivision programmers were crammed wherever some extra office space could be found. Early in 1982, the staff was moved into a warehouse down the block from the main Mattel building. They continued to work on Intellivision games, while the warehouse was being remodeled into an office building around them. With Intellivision racking up phenomenal sales, Mattel attacked the market aggressively. A voice module was announced that would add synthesized speech to new games. M-Network, translations of Intellivision games for play on the Atari 2600, was introduced. In 1982, the rate of hiring was increased. Soon there were well over 100 programmers, artists, managers, writers, and others on the second floor of the converted warehouse, all working on game software. The windowless warehouse was open 24 hours a day. The pressure of deadlines was constant. Working late or all night was normal. Because of the odd hours, the programmers, mostly young and single, tended to socialize with each other. Working at Mattel, one artist remarked at the time, was like living in a college dorm. Life seemed to be half stress, half party. Half stress, half party is a good description of the video game industry in general. By summer 1982, the Atari Intellivision war was in full swing. The Atari 2600 was in over 10 million homes, the Intellivision in 3 million. The successful game sold 1 million plus copies.
Here I was, working for Mattel Toy Company, and Mattel had come out with this big innovation of open job posting, and I went down to the cafeteria, and there's this whole big bulletin board full of little 3x5 cards with jobs posted on them. First card I see, in the upper left-hand corner, says, Senior Systems Programmer, Design and Develop Handheld and Video Games. And I thought to myself, yeah? They're going to pay me to do this?
When you're preparing an operating system, it's nice if you have a sense for how the operating system is going to be used. And there's a big chicken and egg issue in that once you create a feature in the operating system, yes, do you need it? It's like you want to have a game to test the operating system and have the sense that you're writing the right operating system for the game. And you want to have the operating system with the game there to know that you're meeting the needs of the game. So it kind of had to work on two things at once while there was still some flexibility. I mean, once I started to tell other people about executive features, and we had some other people and we were starting to bring them online, and then they'd say, okay, I'm using such and such a feature. And I said, what? I wanted to take that feature out because we had very limited real estate here. We had 4K for the executive program. And so it rapidly gets to the point where if something has to go in, then something else has to come out. And once other people say, well, I'm depending upon that being there, you can't take that feature out. Well, it's a messy and difficult process. And what it means is that you essentially get one pass to get the exec right, and then it's frozen.
The part about Spacebar I was happiest with was the maneuver language that I wrote, which was a little tiny set of tables and a very, very, very compact piece of code that was very long because I had to write so many comments to explain what the heck it was doing because it was totally not obvious. But basically what it would do is it would set up the formation, so you'd have the ships flying in little barrel rolls, or coming in from the side, or coming in from the top and looping around like this, or whatever maneuver they may do. And it would mirror them in back and forth and turn them upside down so that it wouldn't look all the same every single time you tried to play the game. That was a real nice compact little piece of code, and it worked very effectively at getting some variety in the game.
Now, I'm writing the track computer at the same time that he's doing these, that he's making all these motions that the ships are doing. I've got no idea what the ships are going to be doing. So the tracking computer really is tracking the computers, tracking the alien ships, and it doesn't know what they're going to do ahead of that.
Gabriel came to me and said that he really wanted an abstract game, and I said, well, kind of like what? And he said, well, that's just it. I want it completely abstract, totally unrelatable to anything. So we put together Vectron. It was first called Vectrix, and we went through several other different names, ultimately to put together the game, which we finally finished, which was subsequently released, and pretty much marketing came back to us and said, what are we going to be able to do with this game? We can't really relate it to anything. It's a little too abstract. So I guess we kind of did our job maybe a little too well, because it's kind of this game that's way out there, and now my kids sort of look at me and say, what were you thinking when you did this game?
B-17 was the ultimate terror of a release of a product, because we literally were told that it had to be finished on a given date so that they could get the factory going to manufacture the product, because if we didn't manufacture it, they would lose tens of thousands of dollars and we'd all be killed, or something along those lines. And so what I had to do is we had one last bug. It was half an hour before we had to get the thing starting to burn the ROMs, and we had to fix the thing. We had 3 decals left in the code. We tested it for 5 minutes. Gee whiz, it looks like it runs. That's fine. We didn't change anything else. It's probably not broken. Started burning the ROMs. Tested while we were burning the ROMs, and ran down with the ROMs to people to get it out in the shipment, to get it out to the factory so we could make the Christmas date or whatever it was. But that was rather terrifying. We had literally half an hour of QA on the product before we shipped it.
And then we